kind of conflict that comes up is absolutely the way that I'm going to respond to a problem is by literally taking full accountability. So this was the point of the video. How do I begin talking about this? What does full accountability in a relationship mean circumstantially from the point of view of male psychology? This is my take. The woman in your life, the woman in the man's life, needs to know that regardless of if she disowns him, which is exactly what my mom had done and does do, he belongs somewhere else, fully entitled to full privileges, so that there is absolutely no, there's no real pressure that the woman is putting on the man, besides her own sense of comprehension as to how to emotionally work through a relationship problem, like a really small relationship problem. I'm always thinking about step one. There's no such thing as step two. And this is a really good thing for me because literally my mom would scream at any moment that I was a misogynist against her. And so in that way, I developed not as I'm no longer in a defensive place. I don't even practice defensiveness. And that's actually a really big point. I'm on the offensive. This is what men do. They're constantly on the offensive. There's no you can't, I have nothing, you can't violate me because I am the olive tree. And so there's nothing to defend. You're going to be punching through, you're going to be violating essence. And I got that from my psychotherapist. In which case, my masculine force goes out and does things. And so, but the thing is, how are these things done? Under extremely delicate circumstances. That is my strength. I am a Nepo baby artist who's extremely delicate and have built a offensive social engineering apparatus, that of my master's thesis, to project my male psychology, but also just male psychology on the world. Any man is welcome. And immediately when a man joins this hair salon project, he needs to start practicing defensivelessness. He needs to now go on the offensive, but the offensive is legal scholarship and, well, no, it's just legal scholarship. It's full philosophical accountability. And in that, you're gonna lose relationships. This is the fucking crazy part. I get a sick sense of pleasure of knowing the rules better than my opponent, and then standing still such that time itself actually morphs the circumstances so that barely any dialogue had occurred while the most batshit insane circumstances are happening, because you constantly get away with winning. You want to win as a competitive person, but you also want to win in a tasteful way so that your sense of value onto yourself, because it's you just get to a point where you're not judging you don't value other people's opinions because you would never take advice from them, and you're literally a self-regulating machine. Your sense of taste onto yourself is the only thing that matters. And so you have to do real things as a man, put down your life, for example, the workers' protest, but you do it in such a tasteful way that it literally goes above the heads of everyone, including the women in your life. And this is the misogynist claim. The fact that I'm here talking about how to correctly engage with women, in a intimate way, is so fucking, it's just so fucking ridiculous, but it's a consequence of me having been violated by a woman my entire life. And so like I'm participating in the discussion on like relationship dynamics in like towards men and women. I want to see, like, I'm telling you, it's playing out in my personal life and it feels great. Like, I'm not projecting machoism or a violent masculinity or narcissism or misogyny. My self-worth is grounded in an approach of like I don't like to use this term, it's timeless. Like I am the thing. I am the olive tree that people use for medicine. I am the medicine to the human mental, to the like national mental health crisis. And like this is fucking interesting because then you go and build this like physical space and then you're like, okay, as a man you belong. So then you give them the cure to their mental health crisis and you tell them, I need you to become the olive tree now. Like, let's just keep building olive trees. And actually, you can't tell, but like right there, I have eucalyptus, and it's because like I like olive oil and olive trees, and so I'm speaking to that at some level. And then I have a 5-liter jug of like really good olive oil. Okay, fuck, you gotta see this. Like this is, I'm flexing on you guys. 5 liters of Acropolis Organics, bio harvest stuff. This stuff's like $300. I don't know if it expires or not, but I should stop drinking it because I haven't had it in like over a year. Insane stuff to gain weight, and insane to drink. Okay, so this is this is so fucking crazy. I'm like veering into misogyny. Like, this is too fucking crazy. This is too fucking crazy. Like a woman, like my mom hates me succeeding. The women in my life that I'm interested in, like, essentially we don't get along. Like it gets to a point where like they're great people and I'm a great person, but I'm literally an olive tree. And so like the force they put onto me doesn't make me insecure. And so like regardless of I get a sick pleasure. Like women don't understand male psychology and then vice versa. And then women say, oh, I can change him. It's like, well, you'd fucking have to know male psychology. You would have to know how far the hammer can drop. You would have to know how far the pain can go and exactly how the depth works. Like, great, I fucking know that. And I'm speaking to that. Like, I get a sick pleasure from confronting women. Like, that's the thing, is like, this just straight up sounds misogynistic. Like, confronting my mom and winning was a sick and pleasurable, it was a pleasurably sick experience because there was a gender component to it. My mom was screaming misogyny, and I won. And so now, like, this project builds a type of man that doesn't even engage, like, having a healthy relationship means having trust, right? The man can have trust in a woman. I don't know what the woman can do. Like, I can't speak to a woman's sensibility. What I've built is a process where a man's trust into a woman is always going to be exceptionally high, like almost like industry leading, or like an update in like social engineering, so that the woman is going to have to violate the relationship, and then the man's trust in himself and his community of other men is literally the definition of his identity. At which point, what the man does in a relationship to the woman, is be entirely defenseless as an offensive strategy, such that under no circumstances does he violate her trust. And then to the extent that a violation does occur, he backs off, but not, he doesn't become emotionally vulnerable in a bad way. He doesn't like become skittish and like literally leave the circumstances of the relationship. He just holds space, that of how an olive tree operates. And then this behavior, the woman either has to mold to this behavior or is gonna fall off the radar, of which the guy just isn't in a relationship, and he's essentially going to have to be single until like the next generation of young men and young women come to figure out exactly the work that I've done and how to cope and then overcome and then also balance their lives to engage with it because of the force. And so a part of the hair salon idea is that people literally have to know now like, fuck, what do they have to know? Like, women hate to watch you succeed. Women hate to watch men, like, I'm gonna talk about, yeah, I need to talk about this. Like, women hate to watch men succeed, especially when they have some sort of negative, like, some like negative agenda. I feel fulfilled. Like, starting a workers' protest, having a reason to put down my life, serves my philosophical like education. It's the real reason why I went to school, which was to learn something that made me like a character of the humanities. Like, women, like, this is so crazy that men could be like, listen, to all the women out there, I'm a part of the research club. Okay? You can violate me as much as you want. This is my identity. You cannot strip me of my identity. We can begin a relationship, I'm going to be in the research club. We can end the relationship, I'm going to be in the research club. I'm going to stand completely still against your abuse. Under no circumstances am I willing to violate you. To the extent that I do, I'm deeply, 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 deeply sorry. You have to engage in the relationship to restore the trust. I am not going to come to you because that's not an actual relationship. There is absolutely no push and pull. It is strictly two people intertwining their lives, potentially to death. But to the extent that the interconnection is ready to go away, the man at least has his own identity. Standing up to women, such a unique take.